Long range, Fissure can cancel Enigma's Black Hole. A little bit more durable on Boom Esports side. That's kind of worrying about SMG. They do seem like they're a little flimsy. Like PA should be able to chew through the silencer. Mars, even Enigma, like just a couple of hits from after she blink strikes. That's all it takes for her to bring them down. So would like something like that, a little bit tougher coming out from SMG. But they're only left with what? Their mid and their carry.
I mean, you could go for the Kunkka into a Wraith King.
Hey!
Oh, there he is! Yay!
Wolverine! We talked about him. There he is, Bloodseeker. All right. Okay, I kind of like that. Decent carry, really good against this mobility coming out from the P and Bat. Right, these guys they just always want to be moving in fights, getting kills, and the Bloodseeker is pretty damn good against that. And it's a lot of BKB piercing abilities, by the way. Bloodseeker, Silencer, Enigma. Marcy used to be her ultimate used to pierce BKB, like the slows, attack speed, and movement used to apply, but now they don't. But still, the other three, like you get BKB, you're like, oh well, it doesn't seem to do much against these guys. And I think even Silencer, you have that level 20 ability where Arcane Curse ignores BKB, or it's not it's no longer dispellable, which is kind of the same if you can apply it early on. All right, I like the Bloodseeker pick. I still feel like they need something a little bit more. What do they have? Monkey King's out, Primal Beast out. Yeah, Kunkka's out, by the way. We were mentioning Kunkka.
Oh, yeah, no, yes. Oh, I mean, it's a good ban anyway, Team SMG taking it away, because we've seen how much Kunkka's just destroy Enigmas. Yes.
So it makes sense. And they got to do the Snapfire for Boom because they want to make sure nothing can deal with this Undying Tombstone, which so far SMG they've got ranged, like Silencer and Enigma don't really do much to the Tombstone. Mars does with the ultimate, but it takes a while. It's not like it takes a while for her to hit, then she cools down, then she hits again. It's not exactly like a Snapfire or Mirana.
I mean, the Bloodseeker does, coming into the mid to late game, have a decent amount of attack speed and even more, as he starts to stack up. So,
that's true.
With the movement speed around the fights as well, he might be able to dip in, deal with that Tombstone, and dip back out. But, yeah, no, like you say, that they've got a lot of... even the Earthshaker, like if he wants to get that Blink Dagger or, get the Ags out, so he's going to try and be a little bit more mobile. So the Bloodseeker, I do think, deals with a lot of what Boom have got. And they only really have the Undying, which is going to get pretty tanky. And the Bloodseeker, the Shard deals percentage health damage, right?
Yes, that's pretty good. It's always good to have. Let's see. Boom, they need an offlaner. FBZ's Mars is still in the pool. Unless they put Batrider in the offlane, but... I mean, it wouldn't be that bad, the offlane, honestly, against the Bloodseeker. But then against Silencer, you kind of don't mind Batrider. You apply an Arcane Curse. Batrider just, the more sticky napalms you throw, the more damage you're going to take. It's not fun for the hero. Yeah. And check out what Boom Esports banned. They banned a mid in the Invoker. They also banned out the Bane, so they're not quite sure. They could think maybe it's a 4 Silencer and a Marcy core, like mid Marcy, offlane Enigma, carry Bloodseeker. There could be another support coming.
Could you put the Silencer mid up against the Batrider? Because being able to drop like the Arcane Curse, just stop the Batrider from. I mean, really, his tool at the very beginning of the game is having those sticky napalms. So if you're shutting him down from doing that as a Silencer, you've got a decent amount of distance there as well as a Silencer. Is Silencer mid ever viable at the minute?
Another time I saw Silencer do well in the mid lane was when against something like an Ember Spirit. You can just throw out those glaives the whole time and they hate it. Batrider, if you dodge the Arcane Curse, Silencer does nothing. Like if you get hit by it, you're like, all right, if I throw sticky napalms, I dive in the tower. The slow is a lot better. It used to be 18 at max level, now it's 25. That's a respectable slow. So I would imagine that Batrider, if you hit the Arcane Curse, your aggression stops. But if you dodge it, you can always kill the Silencer, and I feel like that's too risky. So I mean, if SMG does that, that's kind of brave of them. I say that it's too risky. They might just go for it, but feels like it's a big risk. For Boom, they go with the FBZ's Underlord, and I do like that. I've been thinking that SMG, you guys are kind of lacking both in front line as well as, not that they like damage, but they could use a bit more, and they go with the Ember Spirit. All right, so it is going to be the Silencer 5. Nothing crazy. Boo! We wanted mid-Silencer.
Yeah, I don't know if I wanted it or it's just
I wanted it. You said after you said that, I was like, this is how it should be done. And it is going to be the mid one Marcy, and Afu is going to be playing on the Enigma, so it's going to be a support Enigma, position 4. All right, I was wondering, like, when I say Marcy, I feel like Marcy as a support has been nerfed so many times that
Yeah.
people are just gonna be like, yeah, it's a core hero now. It has to be. So when I saw Marcy Enigma, I'm sure they were pretty much gonna flex them either way. Then they were like, all right, let's just take Marcy for mid one, and nothing crazy on Boom Esports as you expect. 5 Undying for Earthshaker, carry PA, mid Baron, not just standard.
Well, it's that time again. Otomo, which team do you prefer here?
I think I'm going to go with Boom Esports. I think they have a good amount of team fight and lockdown. The Underlord is going to be pretty hard for SMG to bring down. They do have decent damage from SMG with that percentage Enigma. So it's okay, but I just feel like they lack damage and they lack someone who can really stay in front of the fight. Like, look at Underlord. Who's going to be pushing him around, carrying him? No one. You look at SMG, they'll be like, hey, you want to go first? You want to go first? Mid one, on the Marcy does help. I'm glad it's core Marcy, like you get BKB, armlets, you're a little bit better,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's enough. I think, and plus, SMG's playing with a stand-in, Boom's playing with their whole team, so all in on Boom.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. Do I go for SMG? Because I mean, they are running the Enigma, and I've been very critical of the Enigma.
But yeah, but then again, it's like the other choice is agreeing with me, so it's like, do I really want to side with the bold one? Or do I want to go with, or do I want to go with a team which has a draft I don't quite believe in, I feel for you. I feel for you.
This is one of the most difficult decisions I'll ever have to make.
This morning.
Just today. Like,
well, I'll be interested to see what Milan can do with this Marcy. We've seen Core Marcy can really pop off. T1 ran it with both. I think Anna and Thompson both ran it during the qualifier, and both times looked really good. I can't imagine that offlane Marcy would be much weaker than that. However, you are going to be Marcy and Enigma against, I guess, Undying. Undying can definitely get a lot against this Marcy and the PA. There's a lot of slows coming on bottom. Dagger, Tombstone. It could be a bit annoying for the Enigma. Not so much for mid one. I think you can always just jump away to safety.
Yeah, I mean, mid one, has he skilled anything up just yet? He's not picked anything up just yet. But yeah, I would have assumed the rebound. It's going to be interesting to see if he does go for the... Because we've seen the builds where you max out the rebound and the sidekick and only go for 1 point in the dispose.
Yeah.
And so...
But I think that was more of a support build. With the cores, we always go max sidekicks, like 114 by level 7, yeah. Plus, the sidekicks are super good for the laning stage. Skim, zoning out Afu. Is he? Looks like he does. Skim, that's 3 bounty ruins for Boom. Afu taking a few slaps from the zombie. Just like, hey, get out of here. Let's move.
Yeah, and Skim... I mean, what's the movement speed? He is faster, so he's going to be able to abuse this as well. He's not using any of the decays. He's just Skem's purely going for right clicks here on Afu just to harass him out like that. Saving the decays, I guess, for mid one in the lane. Maybe try and get some double stacks on that. Really nice water there as well. Deep water to see any pulls that come through from the Enigma into the jungle. So he's going to be able to interrupt these Skem. So yeah, PA at this point with the Undying, like a lot of people, you hear people say, oh, it's, 2 melee lane up against an Enigma. The Eidolons should rip them apart, but with Skem just being able to take away health pools like this, with the decay stacks as well, Skem should just be able to tank through these Eidolons, maybe even farm a couple of them up as well.
Yeah, he does. He got one. He looks like they're gonna get another one here. Oh, just splits just in time. But yeah, they got two Jack boys. He's gonna get the third. He gets the third one. So if you have a partner with 3 brain cells with you, and you just both decide, let's go hit the Eidolons, it's not a big problem. But look at mid, by the way. Look at Yopaj. Look at Moon's got 7 stacks.
Yeah, level 2 already. He's going to be coming in with the Firefly and the Sticky Napalm. And Moon, does he survive this now as well? In fact, he might be able to turn this one around. Yopaj really darn low. Sleight of Fist here and Chains coming up. He might have enough of the combo. Tango trying to heal up onto Yopaj as well as Moon. And it's just... yeah, a bit of an absolute brawl in this mid lane. Does Moon try and go for the Sleight of Fist here? Do the damage onto Yopaj, or is Yopaj going to be able to turn this one around? Because again, both players looking like... okay, Ember Spirit already has the magic wand.
I mean, yeah, you have to absolutely have
Silence
to.
Though, top lane. Polison's going to be the first blood. FBZ gets that kill with the Firestorm. FBZ's pretty darn low. CDR trying to do what he can up against Tims, but Tims just goes for that run away on his on his totem. Meanwhile, bottom lane, mid one. Skem forcing mid one all the way back towards the tier 2 tower. Just look at this. He's not even picked up any mangoes that we usually see on the Undying, where you see like that 9 mango build coming out here. Skem is just purely zoning mid one out of this lane.
Actually, I think he did start. He just used them all. I'm pretty sure he started with 3 mags. I was gonna comment. I was like, he's not. He starts with more stats than usual.
Hmm.
Usually, we're seeing, like you said, the 6 mangoes and a tango, and that's about it. But he's like, no, I want to go. I want to get bit of stats. Works for him so far. Jack boys, they are chasing Afu. This could be another kill. Skims out of mana, but Afu, here we go. Dagger in 1 second. That's gonna be a slow, and one more hit from Jack boys, and they get it. And boom, off to a roaring start here with 1,000 gold advantage. 2 kills in the first 2 minutes here.
Yeah.
And the lane's just a bit rough for them right now.
And it's one of those, once you'd kind of committed there on Jack Boys to chasing down the Enigma, you missed out on so much farm anyway, that it's kind of worth committing for that kill. And yeah, Enigma only, was he level 3, level 2, so no real way to deal with that. And I'm not saying an easy kill, but because it took a while, but it was a committed kill there from Jack Boys to get that kill onto the Enigma.
Does give Marcy a little bit of time. In the meantime, Afu himself has actually got 9 CS. He's using those Eidolons pretty decently just to farm a little bit. So not too terrible for him dying there. He's okay with it. But overall, boom, top 3 in the CS and on all their cores. They're very happy. And I'm looking at SMG. It's a bit tough for them, to get to sort of really zone people out of the lane. Like, look at Topolosan. He's tickling Tims.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they don't even have a stun. If anything bad happens, what are they gonna do? How they cancel TP? They might actually just kill Tims right here and there.
Yeah.
I
like the idea behind the Arcane Curse and the Blood Right. Those double silences, the Arcane Curse still ticks for a little while longer after that. But with the silencer going for 2 points into the Arcane Curse here and not picking anything up into the last word, I'm surprised that you went for the second level in the Glaives of Wisdom, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is supposed to be, it's like decent harass, but he doesn't really have the mana for it. It's like you use it a couple of times, you're out. That's the problem with Silencer. He's kind of stupid. His intelligence is low. Afu,
yeah.
This could be a second death. 1 zombie is gonna be a second one. Not 2 zombies, and Afu, he is just gonna struggle in this lane.
Yeah, I mean, mid one as well. Like, we saw that he was already pushed away by the Undying, and the Undying now as well. The Tombstone has been dropped, but he's still got those decay stacks. He's still got the Soul Rip, and the mid one. How's he looking in terms of farm? He's got 14 last hits, and this is just going to get the longer this goes on. Phantom Assassin going to be picking up more damage. It's going to get harder and harder for mid one just to sit in this lane. But you can't really be moving off into the jungle because the Ember Spirit's probably going to be wanting to farm the jungle. Moving away from the Bat Rider when he's rotating around as well. The Blood Seeker at some point wants to move into that jungle, and it's just kind of like. The bottom lane is where the Ember Spirit maybe wants to be roaming here to try and get kills once he hits that level 6, but none of the lanes are set up for a moon rotation.
Is Afu getting all the CS from? Is it because he's killing zombies or something? Like, where is he? He's got 23 CS. Net worth doesn't show that, so I'm like, where is it? What is it? There's some sort of bug. I'm sure Chad will find out. Will tell us very soon where all the CS is coming from. Is he just farming jungle creeps? Like, he's got no net worth.
I think he's just moving into this side jungle here and maybe just trying to farm the small stacks to stop the pulse throughs, or trying to
23 CS? Huh? That's very strange. Maybe something to do with the sidekick. I don't know. Either way, he doesn't really have any net worth. He's died quite a few times so far. So Afu, he's gonna be struggling. I imagine would you go for Wraithback as a support or a Blink Dagger? It feels like getting a Blink Dagger, landing a big black hole could be useful. Meanwhile, Moon is also having a bit of trouble here. 18 and 12 though on the Ember Spirit. He is going to reach level 6 before Yopaj though, so he will be able to get that rotations off, help his team in the side lanes. They could definitely use some help.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at it. Oh, okay, Moon has those remnants up now. Whether he wants to try and make a dive happen onto Yopaj because he has dropped that remnant. I'm just thinking about the Enigma. The most successful one we've seen so far in this event is when the Enigma went for the Spirit Vessel.
Yes,
and he was dealing that health damage coming out with the Midnight Pulse. Oh, Afu just has to TP back. No stuns there on the side of Boom, but yeah, he just has to TP back to the tier 1. But yeah, the most successful one we've seen was when he went for the Spirit Vessel. He was dealing damage with the Midnight Pulse coming out there as well, the damage per second coming through on that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's something we see. Hopefully that's something that Afi goes towards, but yeah, the Wraith Pack just hasn't been working on Enigmas, but that has mostly been the core Enigmas, hasn't it?
Check out the Enigma right now. Poor fellow Afu. There is some serious issues going on right now. Where they're like, no, we're never gonna let him get anything this game. And he is 0-3 this Enigma.
Oh, look at it, the mid lane. Lasso comes out into the Firefly, and Yopaj able to get the kill.
the Boom show so far. By the way, Boom has already qualified for the upper bracket in this tournament, and while Team SMG cannot be like, there's no chance they can ever be eliminated. They're playing for seeding right now. They do want an upper bracket CDR. He's taking a little bit of damage, but he's just gonna be fine. So just overall tough lanes for SMG, but CDR, his farm is, I want to say it's okay, but he's up against FBZ with 17 denies, man.
What's the levels looking like? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's only just hit level 5 here on CDR. He's been forced away from the wave, the melee hero into the Firestorm. Oh, there's going to be a really good Fisher. Paulson, can he get himself away from this? The Arcane Curse is going to be dropped, but does he have the damage to take him down here? Firestorm in 3 seconds. He might just try and drop it behind a tier 1. And yeah, the curse isn't going to be there anymore, so it fades away. And now FBZ picks up another kill onto Paulson.
They do lose the courier though, which might actually have been more gold for them, but they're not really gonna care. Mid lane Skem, he's hasted up. Have you seen a fast zombie? Well, Skem's like, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, this is a 28 days later zombie, not a
a
Walking Dead zombie. Moon, he's going to be able to get the steering chains off, but look at this, if Flame Break comes out, he has to just jump back to the Remnant. Still going to be taking a lot of damage from that there as well, 30 health left. In fact, if Skem sees him, he's going to try and go for the TP away. Paulson's TP down now as well, but Skem, he's just going to be able to TP himself away from this because there was no stun. Afu, not there in time for that Malefice to interrupt.
See what is looks. By check out mid-one's item build. He's got phase boost. He's like, all right, straight BKB. That's all I want. I'm just going straight up for the BKB. It will help him a lot. You are up against like what the Underlord, the Earthshaker. A lot of what Undying does is also nullified with the BKB. Not the zombies, but at least the ultimate as well as the decays. You can avoid them. So I was like, yeah, I just want the BKB. I just want to be active for him, and he has to be. Like they are really suffering. Him and Moon have to do a lot in this game. Tims, do they spot him? They do, but they don't get the chains off. Are they going to change for this?
He can jump for a Remnant.
Wants it.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, but they'll jump out after that. He messes up. He messes the Remnant in the second the Cyphers. He's like, all right, you know what? It's not my day. It's not my day. We're gonna call it. Meanwhile, Afu, it's been a while that he's been alive, so Boom Esports remedy that situation very quickly.
At least mid one was able to get the rebound out of the. The lasso wasn't used, so that would still be a massive danger there for mid one. Top lane as well, there is going to be a push. Like you can see Paulson, he's trying to backstab around on this into kind of pincer move, but FBZ, big tanky boy here, looking at 1500 health to get through, going towards that Rod of Atos as well. Got the ring of health, and it's just so hard to get on top, even with 2 heroes. You can see Paulson just has to move away there.
They do recognize, Boom, that they have a little bit of control issues. Yeah, they got the Fissure and the Lasso, but that's kind of it for control. So I like FBZ going for the Raw. It's a standard build, but mid lane, Yopaj, did you step too far, bro?
They might be able to get him. The rebound comes in. Is there going to be the stores? Sidekick comes out now as well. The Unleash going to be used by Marcy.
Mid one's going to have to do a lot this game. And he is off to a decent start, Highest net worth on his team. Not too far from Jackie as well as FBZ, and that kill on Yopaj opening up Moon just a little bit. So it's good. Mid one, he's got to do that a couple more times though to keep his team in this game. And he rushes back to the bottom lane, just wants to keep farming. Unleash is going to be down. It is pretty long cooldown at level 100 seconds. It is not, it's not all going to be active that often. And he did go for the 114 build.
Yeah, and it makes sense as well because it's just. He can always escape, I guess. There's no real stuns on this bottom lane that he can always rebound out to once, but the sidekick is going to be his major farming tool.
Top Yopaj, he smoked up top lane. They want to go for CDR. Oh, he's going for it.
Is he going to be able to find him now as well? The Flame Wreck pushes CDR right back into this, but the Rupture is going to be used. Does he want to go for the lasso into the Firefly? He is going to be using this with the Sticky Napalm now as well. Blood right onto Yopaj, but Yopaj, he doesn't have a TP. Just has to wait for this Rupture to wear off, but no dangers around now as well. And he might even be able to pressure with FBZ onto this top tower. FBZ has a catapult. Oh, what are they going to do here now as well? He's going to be dropping the Echo Slam, comes out onto the Ember Spirit now as well, the lockdown, but there's going to be a really nice pit onto the Ember Spirit, and Moon can get himself away from this. Searing Chains will be used here now as well. FBZ just going to use that Dark Rift to get himself right back to the top lane and carry on sieging up against this tier 1 tower. That's the Firestorm.
SMG doing alright with this. Yeah, I mean, they were able to get a kill on Skim. It's a little bit more stolen, and they do force out the ultimate for FBZ, which gets them nothing. So, as well as the Echo Slam, by the way, was also used. So, essentially, they get a little bit of breathing room here. No Echo, no Lasso, no random giant Underlord showing up from nowhere trying to catch people. But plus level 1 Pit of Malice, by the way, that is not much of a. It's not much of a disable overall. It's like 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, but the amount of harass that he's been... I suppose he didn't really need it in the lane, because, if you get a good Fisher, he can't walk out anyway. And
that's true.
Yeah, so the damage coming out from the Firestorm as well as the getting it from the Atrofiora, which is, was it 8 damage per creep, 45 per hero? Yeah, that's a massive bonus, especially when you're fighting up against a Bloodseeker in the lane. I think going like
Oh,
melee
Jackie?
versus melee. But Jack Boys, the Remnant, it's not going to be enough. The
Oh.
TP completes just in time.
Oh man, the problem is he had a long remnant, so he had to actually travel all the way to the other remnant, then all the way back here. It sounds like he could have gone an extra attack, maybe a sleight of fist after. Very unfortunate for Moon. This is one of those things where it's like, I have a remnant for safety, I want to use this one. Oh, a little bit unfortunate, and Jack Boys manages to make it out. So, bit of a tough one for SMG here. Alpha, by the way, he's going to go straight up for the Blink Dagger. Wants to get that big black hole. If he can get it, not too far, less than 1,000 gold away. So if you can get that, suddenly SMG's teamfight, it really racks up. You know, you're walking around, this big black hole shows up, and it will pull them back into the game. They're not too far behind. The late stage was pretty bad. I think they've, I wouldn't say recovered, but they've stopped the bleeding. You know, they're not bleeding kills anymore. Although Skem, they're going to get a kill on mid one.
Oh, they might be able to get something out of this, but Moon has rotated down now as well. Tried to go for the slight fist to connect onto Yopaj, but Yopaj is just a little bit too far away. Paulison, Tombstone's going to be dropped now as well. Can they take this down? It looks like they might try and go into Paulison now as well. Whereas that Flamebreak the Rune comes out as well. The Batrider could be in a little bit of trouble. Global Silence will be used. Disposed back on the Batrider. He is going to be taken care of. And now mid one, there's going to be a Dark Rift coming onto this now as well. Though the Fisher connects onto Marcy, and now the Pit of Mars comes down as well. Skem is still here, and it's going to be mid one in a whole load of trouble. Can he get himself out of this? He absolutely can't.
Oh, yeah, Skem, he's not gonna be falling for that in the end. You trade what? Your mid for your off lane. SMG, I think they got a tiny bit. Yeah, they got a tiny bit more golden experience out of that, so they're gonna be fine. Yopaj, he's got no lasso anyway. It was used, so not like it's a big loss for really either side. They're just gonna be like, all right, we just traded core kills. They do have Echo Slam, but Global Science was down, so SMG used a little bit more resource in that fight.
Yeah. The global is what I mean. What's the cooldown on global level 1?
It's pretty long.
Yeah,
it's pretty long. It used to be 130 at all levels, and Ice Frog was like, well, for an ultimate that can occasionally be really crappy and dispellable by everyone, and literally half the neutral items, maybe it's a little too long. So
look at this as well in the jungle for the Radiant the Moon. Just has to jump himself away. Batrider was just doing so much damage with the sticky napalms onto Moon, and he just had to leave, even with the wand. They might be able to get him now as well. Pit of Mars comes out. Do they have any follow-up? Rodobatos. So this is going to keep him locked down, but he does get that remnant away between lockdowns.
Yeah, it's a level 1 Pit of Malice. If it was like a level higher, he might have been able to catch him long enough, because, you know, it's like you root, then you throw the Rod Atos, you get enough time for the second root to come in, but not with level 1. I think it takes about at least level 3 for that to happen. Yeah. You have to time it very carefully. So, and despite everything that's going on, I still don't see how FBZ is going to die. You know, he's 3-0-0, mega tanky. I think he's going for a Lotus Orb early on as well, so that's going to be able to reflect a lot of, you know, the Rupture, the Last Word, and basically, like we talked about, Global Science is just going to be easy to remove with that. Yeah.
And you can see as well that Jack Boys, he's got that Battle Fury 15.5 minutes in, Power Treads, as well as he's got the Blightstorm coming out now as well, going straight to the BKB. So this is a really nice time here for Jack Boys. Just getting the... I mean, even Scam just sitting to the side, so he's getting a lot of farm coming through, being healed up by the Soul Rip. And that's going to be at least... Do you want to go for the Ogre Axe first on a PA, or do you want to be picking up that Mithril Hammer for the BKB?
I thought he wants the Mithril Hammer. Just, bottom lane, FBZ.
It might be Black Hole. That Global Silence comes out as well. The Underlord, they might be able to take him down. Well, that's how you get the kill onto the Underlord, answering that question. It's going to be, what, 2 minutes between each gank, if they want to do it that way?
Yes, but it is worth it. That is the highest farmed hero, and basically wherever Underlord goes, if he's got supports, you can't, like, it's, you know, it's like this mobile fountain. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, we can't really go near that. So that works for SMG. You know, yes, it costs them a lot, but well worth the kill. You know, as CDR, he's farming as well. He's got the Maelstrom. He's going for the BKB. I think mid-one's BKB should be almost done. Yes, about 50 gold away. So SMG starting to come online, and their team fight is very powerful. It is got, I mean, it is Enigma. You know, Enigma to Bloodrite, Last Word. There's a lot they have going for them. Yopaj, they spot CDR. Maybe he's going for it.
Oh, are they going to be able to get the Tumbler's Toy forwards and get that last? No, they don't. They don't have the reach on the lockdown. But now Afu, he has to back himself away as well. Do they have any vision? Fisher comes through, but it is going to be a blind one. Doesn't connect here onto the Enigma. He will be able to just walk himself back.
Alpha was like, listen, guys, I'm not ready to die my 5th time. You caught me 4 times. That's enough. Top lane, Moon. He might be in trouble.
Flamebreak comes out. He's going to go straight for the Tumble Slow, but Sleight Fist so quick on that. And Moon able to get himself away from danger.
Yeah, like SMG, they're fighting back. They're doing a really good job right now. Check out the supports on SMG. They're getting all they need. Whereas you look at, I mean, Skem, yeah, he's undying. He's not usually going to have farm. But even Tim's, he's got 1,600. He still doesn't have this Blink Dagger. He's queued up the Arcane Boost, but I think that was just like, you know, for fun, basically. He's going to definitely go for the Blink Dagger. It might be able to catch Moon.
Onto Ember Spirit now as well, was that Enchant Totem. They throw the Echo Slam onto this, and they do finally take Moon down with this combo. 2-2-2 here for Moon. Paulson just moving himself around. Looks like he was trying to go for a D-Wall, but Afu does have that Blink Dagger up. Was that Black Hole? He's not going to have it. Just has to go for the Midnight Pulse into the Malefice. Do they have the drag back as well? The Unleash comes out, and Marcy here going to be able to queue up a kill with the help of Afu.
Global in 2. Still no Black Hole for another minute, though. So, yeah, mid 1. I'm just liking the way he plays. He's just going for as much as he can in the enemy's face, trying to make sure that he's getting kills. He's 0-1-4, so doesn't look... Yeah, he's gonna be part of 4 kills. It's been a relatively low kill game compared to what we usually have. You know, we've been seeing a little bit more active here, but SMG they are trying to make sure they get if they can get a win here, even a draw is good enough to put them in a pretty good spot. You know, they are part of a 4-way tie right now for the final spot in the upper bracket.
Well, SMG have 4 games to play. I'm pretty sure over the next 2 days.
They've got a lot, yeah. But there's no guarantee you're going to win the next one, though.
Oh, no.
But might as well put it all on the line.
Yeah, they are about 80% of the games we're going to cast over the next couple of days.
I think they're also playing against, like, Fnatic, so it's like you're not, you know, you want to guarantee if you're going to get games off Fnatic. Oh, Minimal, Afu, it's been nice knowing you, man. It's been nice knowing you.
Yopaj, yeah, able to group up here with Tims to get that kill, and Earthshaker... What is it that he picked up there? Because he did spend about 1,000 gold.
Oh, did he actually go for the Arcane Boots?
Yopaj is going to be locked down. He can't get himself away because he's idle on. So Fisher comes through. He's going to try and use the Flame Break to get himself away from this. Tims, can he get him out? Nope. Paulson's going to be able to pick up the kill with the help of Moon. And now they get themselves onto the Batrider. The Batrider will fall. And yeah, that was a good reverse kill even after Afu going down. And it was the Fisher upgrade there with the shard that was picked up here by Tims. TP into the top lane now as well. So they can go. Black Hole is available, but Jackboy's going to be moving himself away with the blur. Active Midnight Pulse. Remnant jumping forwards here by Moon. They don't see Jackboy though. So he is going to be able to get himself away from this.
By the way, Moon is really suffering this game. I mean, not him and Yopaj actually when you look at it. Afu, we've been railing on this guy, but he is basically a core at this point. Only 600 gold behind Yopaj as well as Moon, so he's farming up a storm. And most of the net worth on Boom Esports though is going to Jack Boys as well as FBZ, and those are the 2 people you want to have it on. You know, the main guy is going to be fun. Oh, Black Hole.
There's going to be Global Sounds to follow up now as well. FBZ in trouble. They are going to be able to lock him down. Can they get the kill? He's going to be taken down. Even the Lotus Sub not effective at keeping him alive there. And mid one, does he want to hunt for more? He's still got the Unleash for a few seconds. Fisher comes out, but Jack Boys, he's going to jump. Did he get the kill onto the Moon? No, Moon's going to be able to dive himself away here.
The Echo Slam.
Paulus comes in. Echo Slam's available, but Tims. No, he's already used it. I think he used it in that fight to lock down the Ember Spirit there as well. Skem, mid one, he pops that BKB backlines. Can they get onto Tims? There's going to be the disposed back to Skem, though. He just turns and faces. He's got that flesh golem up, and he might try and go for more here. The decays, Paulson's going to get pretty down low, being chased by a zombie. Fisher comes out, one more right click, and the enchant totem across the fish if they do get this kill.
Well, Skem might not make that alive, though, so at least they're going to trade position 5 for position 5. Mid one saving his buyback a little bit with that fight, deciding he didn't want to use it too early, which are going to be allowed.
Moon's in trouble. Do they have the lockdown? They do.
Jack Boys, you rarely see a PA able to bring down the Ember Spirit like that, but oh dear, oh, it's a little bit tough right now. Still SMG, their Bloodseeker is farming, mid one is farming. They're even with the Enigma though, SMG haven't been able to take a very decisive victory so far. They haven't played quite defensive. It's part of the problem when you don't really have a sort of front line to give you vision, and also when you're up against a Batrider who is just, you know, he's just absolutely on top of them all the time.
FBZ, I mean, mid one's looking for that jump, but he's got nothing to rebound off now. And FBZ's just going to carry on pushing on this tower. 128 extra damage with a double damage rune in the river as well. Yopaj pings it out. Does he leave it for Jackboys? Just drops the bottle. In fact, is it going to be Jackboys that picks it up? Yeah, it is. He should move himself down towards that now.
Or man smoke.
What can he get from this though? It is going to be grouping up. Yopaj, he has that lasso, might be able to get himself on top of FB's, on CDR. FBZ's coming up the backlines now as well. The lasso is going to be locking down, but the rupture was used. Yopaj will be taken down there as well. Jackboys, he got the kill into mid one, but CDR takes down Yopaj. Moon could be in trouble though. He's going to be able to get himself away from this. Light Fist going to be available. Global Silence will be used. The Lotus Orb comes up, but Jackboys, does he want to carry on fighting into this? He does. He jumps, he gets the kill onto CDR. Paulison, he turns, he drops that Arcane Curse. There is going to be a Dark Rift now as well. What is that going to? It's going to go into the base. They're diving onto the tier 3s to Fisher. They take down Paulson, they're going to be able to get after him.
They took that fight without Black Hole, still down for 50 seconds. Mid one, I think his BKB was just used as he was about in that fight with no unleash though, so he couldn't really do too much. And this is kind of a problem that you're going to be having. Silencer, when he gets global, that's good, but other than that, you're up against what Lotus Orb, which can cancel. You got BKB on the PA, and it's a bit of a tough situation for him. Even Yopaj has BKB, so this is a problem that Silencer's always had, you know? As the game goes on, all your abilities become so easily countered, you know? A BKB literally counters everything that Silencer can do. And while that's kind of okay, like, you know, it's like, oh, he's not the only support who has that. His only contribution is, like, slows and silences.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a hard stun, he doesn't really lock people down. And when that's cancelled, well, the only thing he does, which he's not even that amazing, is removed. And the hero feels very weak.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised because it is, you know, a support that got shut down. But I would have liked to see him go towards the shard as well. You know, he is going to be going towards the Ghost Scepter when he gets jumped on by the PA. But then you're still going to look for like all the damage that Yopaj puts out. The K's coming through there as well. So rotation through on a smoke. Boom. Not finding anyone else out just yet. So yeah, it's kind of hard when you're playing the support silencer. That might have just been picked up as a deny pick, really, from SMG to stop, you know, the black hole from being cancelled at range. But yeah, he just doesn't look. He's 4-4-4, so that's not awful. But yeah, like you say, he just gets dealt with in the fights, and the later the game goes on, it's going to be harder for him to have impact. They get the lockdown through onto the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker uses it to Fisher, but mid one's going to be diving in here. Pops that BKB. They get the kill onto the Earthshaker. Tombstone is going to be down, but the Unleash should be able to deal with this Jackboy. Roshan, he's gone. He's got that Aegis. They don't want to go any further onto this now. So the Black Hole, it locks down onto the Bat Rider. It's only going to be Bat Rider, but it's going to be dealt with now as well. The Enigma's going to go down. Lasso comes out. Global Silence will be there, but they're absolutely cleaning up on this. And Jackboys is just going ham. Moon's going to be the next one. He does get the dive away to the Remnant. Only just. Paulison behind enemy lines. Do they see this one now as well? Scam. The Force Staff comes out. He goes for the TP, but yeah, FBZ with the Dark Rift again. But Moon will be able to get that TP out.
Will they cap next to the Remnant, expecting to show up? Looks like they won't. Oh man, and that was a black hole on one and didn't get cancelled because Root doesn't cancel, but yeah, it just took so much damage. It felt like, oh, CDR. Well, he was there. You know, he was there. Then he was. I do like what CDR is going for with the Halberd. Yeah. You know, when you can have that disarm on very fast attack speed heroes, very high attack speed heroes like the PA, the Ursa. It's more valid than just the 3 seconds. You know, it does feel like you're preventing a lot of that burst damage coming out from them. So it's nice, but he just feels so behind Jackboys. He's got the Deso now, and he's just hitting like a truck. He's going all for the Satanic as well. And they're just controlling the map. Whereas look at CDR, he's got what? The Maelstrom as well as the BKB. It's not bad, but it's quite behind.
Yeah, it's not great here, and yeah, it's kind of the thing now that what can you do to catch up when you've got Boom camping just outside of your base? You know, how do you then try and move out and deal with this? Because Jackboys, he wants this next tier 2 tower. They've got the outpost. You could move down to the bottom lane where you still have a tier 1. So if you're farming up and there's a gank happening, you know, you do have the response from the rest of your team. But if you do that, boom, they're just going to take your base.
And they don't have global silence for 20. But the biggest thing is they don't have black hole for another 70 seconds. Boom Esports, so they've been keeping, you know, their eye on the clock. They'll be like, hey guys, we got a whole minute before black hole is up. And frankly, that is SMG's way to come back in the game. It is going to have to be a black hole on a core, you know, a couple of heroes at least. And if they don't do that stuff, the Midnight Pulse is level 1, so it's, you know, at least you can throw that out, maybe kind of control the map a bit. Oh, Jack Boys.
Afu, he's going to be forced
force
staffed around.
staff.
Can they take him down? They will be able to. He's forced staffed back into a fissure now as well. Jack Boys, does he want to dive out? He's just going to get himself back, healed up by the Soul Rip. Goes back towards that tier 3. And yeah, SMG, again, the Enigma's down now, 30 seconds of that black hole anyway. So what are they going to be able to do here? Phantom Assassin front line, but he does still have that Aegis. The dive comes in. BKB here for mid one. They might be able to pop the Aegis. He can't even do that. Lotus Orb comes out. He's going to be able to heal up by the Soul Rip once again. They get the lockdown onto the Ember Spirit. The last one comes out now as well. They're going to be able to absolutely delete Moon, and they can carry on going for a little bit more as this tier 3 tower is just going to be it's going to be crumbling as Jack Boys takes it down. And now they can go for even more. It's going to be one lane of racks here. 44 seconds on the Ember Spirit. No buyback. And what can Boom do?
Well, Boom can do whatever they want. SMG, on the other hand, they're gonna watch Boom do whatever they want. They're gonna be like, well, that's a building.
What do they do now? Do they move through to the next tier 3 in the mid lane? Do they want to go for that tier 1 and push this?
The only thing down is Lasso for Boom. I don't know if they really want to wait for that. Jack Boys, he's still got a minute and a half for the Aegis, so he might just decide to. Well, I mean, bottoms, you got a couple of towers there, so might as well just go and get as much map control as you want. But Boom, they're feeling very free. As the win percentage showing us, it's telling us they have 95% chance, and that feels about fair. SMG, it all comes down to if you get Black Hole mid 1, can they catch him? Oh, FBZ with the ATOS.
They're going to be able to...
Poor mid 1.
Mid 1, can he get himself away from this? He does have that BKB in 15 seconds. I don't think he's lasting that long. The pushback now as well. Mid 1's trying to get himself away with the rebound into the... Doesn't have the TP, just has to go for the runaway. Afu, he comes in with the black hole, but again, it's only going to be onto Yopaj. Do you want to try and follow up onto this, Tims? He's just holding that ground. He's going to be coming through now with the fish to get the lockdown. Enigma's going to go down next as well. The Pit of Mars comes out. Moon, he rotates into this. It's a bit of Saving Private Ryan syndrome here. Echo Slam onto the Ember Spirit. Can he get himself away from this FBZ? Slight Fist, do they want to fight? FBZ is going to be ruptured now as well, but can he get the lockdown? CDR, he has to pop that BKB, so does FBZ. Look at FBZ healing up now as well, and it's just going to be so much damage coming through. Jack Boys, he wants to move on to this CDR, he gets locked down, the Rollavatos comes out as well as the Pit of Malice, and that's going to be the death of all 5 heroes on the side of SMG.
I mean, SMG, they had this idea where, like, all right, the problem is that they use the black hole. Like, they use the black hole to save mid 1, which if he died, he'd be up by now. If he died when they first got, he'd have been up by now. They might be able to fight on their side, but they're like, let's try to get a black hole. They tried to get a kill on Yopaj despite having like no health on mid 1. He was BKB DS, but the guy was on like 5% health. It was a judgment call in the moment. They're like, come on, let's turn it around. Maybe we could get something. But they just threw away again the black hole, which is their only way of coming back into this game. And boom, they're just like, oh, let's just go for more buildings. They don't have the Aegis on Jack Boys. That's the only sort of.
Oh, he's going to be able to get the jump onto Afu now as well. Jack Boys, do they want to go? He still has that BKB. Satanic's going to be popped if he wants to go for that now as well. He's going to try and move himself in. He's not using that BKB just yet. Does he want to go for more targets? So he just gets himself back out. Yeah, they're going to reset. And Jack Boys, look at this building. It is going to be deleted quite quickly.
And a nice location as well for the tombstones. So it's like, do you want to come close to Jack Boys? There's tombstones protecting him. Oh, mid 1, he's going in.
Dives in, pops that BKB. The stun onto the Phantom Assassin. Phantom Assassin though, the rupture comes out. So Jack Boys just has to move himself away. Going to be going for that TP. And now Moon, he dives in. The Dark Rift's down. So this is going to be a quick reset here for the Phantom Assassin if he wants to come right back into this fight, which I do believe he will once he's healed up. Moon though, BKBs are being popped. There's going to be Jack Boys now as well. The last two comes out. There's going to be a global silence. Midnight Pulse going to be dropped now as well. But it looks like Boom, they might try and reset here. Do they just move themselves away from this? Moon, it's going to be a really nice fish. They get the lockdown onto the Ember Spirit now as well. After we come to the next one, CDR comes in with his BKB. Jack Boys trying to do what he can. It's going to be a lot of damage here onto the Phantom Assassin. They have the lockdown. They have the kill potential. Scam does take down Afu on the back line. Could be in trouble now as well. CDR, do they have anything to stop the TP? They don't.
Oh, SMG. Yeah, they lost 2 people, but they were able to get Jack Boys. And it seems like that
look
that
at the gold
kill.
the Phantom Assassin give away. It's about 2,000 gold given away to the side of SMG just for that one death.
It is, man. I mean, when you're really far behind, right? That's what you need. And it does go to CDR, so that's the best person who can get it.
Yeah.
It's nice. And he's going to go for the MKB on the Bloodseeker. I like that. The problem is that you kind of need a little bit more stats as well. But, you know, you have to solve like so many problems you got to solve. I got to get stats. I also got to do damage to the PA. He goes for the damage to the PA first. Marcy's very close to a Silver Edge. That break will be very helpful if you can get it on the PA. You know, we're seeing him mid-one. He jumps in. He's always going for Jack Boys. He's not scared of him. But with a break, he might actually be able to kill him next time.
Yeah.
It's 15k behind for SMG, but it's not that bad. I mean, they were able to defend their bomb racks. They have the black hole available. They're getting close to a couple of key items. It's not over yet, you know.
Oh no, yeah, no, this game, like, how many games have we seen where one good fight turns it, and then all of a sudden the team that was guaranteed losing, quote marks, just turns the game around and ends up coming back and winning.
Yeah, I mean, this is very possible for them. By the way, I think that also the Maelstrom procs, by the way, does pierce evasion. So that's another thing that CDR is like, yeah, he wants to get MKB, but he still does some damage every time the Maelstrom does proc. And I didn't even go for the extra blur evasion. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. However, Jack Boys, he's got the BKB, a tank, and a basher. So he's still very scary. 9-man smoke, only Jack Boy is revealed on the map, but he even blurs up, so he's technically smoked in a way. Who's gonna jump on who? Afu is kind of the key person here. What can the Enigma do in the next fight?
Yeah, it's gonna be wraparounds on wraparounds here now as well. We see the Enigma only brown boots into the Blink Dagger, wants to go for that Aghanim Scepter there as well. Moon trying to do what he can to push out this mid lane to stop the aggression coming through here, but Yopaj is just going to be able to come in with Flame Break, so they know roughly, or at least one here on the side of Boom are Yopaj moving himself around. The smokes are going to be wearing off. Roche, 5 seconds away as well. Ooh. Do SMG try and sneak this?
They can send an Eidolon, they can find out that it's there. I also like that he went for the Aether Lens on Enigma. He's just like, it's all in on the black hole, you know, it's no Spirit Vessel, no Wraith Pack, no, I'm just going to be in like providing an aura or stats or something. He's like, no, I just want to get a big black hole, and that's all I need. For Boom, though, they decide to go check Roche. Are they going to go check Roshan themselves? They're in the area.
Mid one could be in trouble. They have the reveal. They want to try and go into this. He's on his own now, so he's going to be locked down and killed.
Well, and he walks next to a sentry, unfortunately for him, and just loses his life. He needs his team with him, but no one's checking for... Oh, I think Skem just checked for Roche, actually.
Skem just dipped into the pit.
He's got Guardian Greaves, man. This guy, that's really good. And he's going for the Buckler as well, so giving him more auras to the team. I think it's probably going to be building to the Wraith Pack. So he just wants to make sure they have as much armor as possible. And look at SMG, a lot of their damage is physical.
Yeah, Jack Boys here. Do you give him the shard as well? Because the Fan of Knives is a really good spell to have when you're going to be dipping into the middle of like 3-4 heroes, especially when a lot of the damage coming out inside of SMG is going to be melee range as well.
It's all very unfortunate. And by the way, we talked about physical damage, and we forgot that there's an atrophy armor already reducing physical damage. So you can put armor on top of that, and Team SMG. Enigma's is he gonna have to do everything? The pure damage as well as the lockdown. They're like, all right, Afu, it's all on you. It's all on you.
Yeah, as Jack Boys, he's got that Aegis now, so they can start to push in. Blur gonna be dealt with. As you want to try and move forward though. Again, Phantom Assassin, the curse comes out with the blood right there as well, but maybe they move down to this bottom lane where there is already an exposed set of racks. They can take a fight around that without the tier 3 tower as well.
I wonder if Moon would consider getting a shard in this situation on the Ember Spirit, just so he can put something in the front that'll they'll do some damage without risk. Oh, Mid1's going for it!
He's going to try and get himself in now as well. They get themselves on top of Jack Boys. Was that last one? The dragback comes back. They're going to be able to take down Afu. Afu does have the buyback if they want to, though. Mid1's going to be able to get the dive away. Do they get the lockdown onto Moon? Moon, can he get himself away from this? He will be able to move himself out. And now FBZ comes forward. Jack Boys as well. They want to go for this melee racks. They want to be taking this down as quickly as possible here now as well. The Blood Right comes out. Loads of Sorbs already been used here on Jack Boys, but he's going to be diving himself in. Oh, Ember Spirit Moon. He's going to be in trouble, but no. He does get that dive away right into the pit of Malice now as well. They get another kill. That's the dieback. They take down the Enigma. He's got no way back into this fight apart from waiting Mid1 now as well. Trying to dive himself around Jack Boys, so just goes for the dive. Global Sounds comes out. CDR. He might be able to take down Jack Boys once. Phantom Knives comes out. That's going to be the Aegis. How far can they go now as well? Tim's going to be able to get the Enchant Totem, the lockdown onto Paulson, and Paulson one dive in. Jack Boys gets the kill, and I think this is going to be good night Vienna.
Oh, dagger right to the back. Jack Boys with a stab, and Afu first death, unfortunate. Second death, TP's in. It's a little too obvious. They could see that on Boom Esports. They're like, well, let's just put this giant circle green thing, can catch him. He's like, let me just put him in that.
Both of them, they're going to be able to get the dieback here onto the Ember Spirit as well. CDR can't even make it back to the fountain. All 5 heroes gone, no buybacks among them, and boom, just take the win.
Yeah, it was a pretty one-sided affair for Boom Esports. Their lineup was able to fight. I mean, they did have some long cooldowns themselves, like Lasso, Echo Slam. They're not the shortest things, but they were able to do really well on the laning stage. SMG, the team fight. It's strong. You know, it's global silence. It's freaking black hole, but they just never were able all on the same page and somehow mid one did okay in the laning stage, but it was just the Boom Esports show, honestly. Like it's hard to say something that SMG was like, oh yeah, that was a good moment for them. Like Yopaj did super well against Moon in the mid lane as well. Everything looked really good for Boom. Just everything went their way.
Yeah, they took that one good fight, SMG, at the bottom racks before the Roshan went down, but I think that was mid one goes down outside the Roche pit as Roche comes back up, Scam checks it, and then SMG have no way to contest that, and Boom take a free Aegis. I think if SMG maybe had been able to fight around that Roche pit, you know, because it looked like they were going to be able to take... I mean, they popped the Aegis on Jack Boys, so they did have the ability to kill him, but the second life, they just expended too many spells. Arfu got caught out, buyback, dieback, so no black hole came out that way, and it was just SMG got overwhelmed once that Aegis was picked up, and they had no way to deal with it.
Yeah, it's still on the game one though. You know, there's this like SMG. I do think it's more of a drafting issue, honestly. Like they put so much emphasis on the black hole, getting the silencer just to secure it. Like it felt like there's also a lot to make sure that Enigma has a good game. So we'll see how they draft in game two. I expect a bit of a change up from SMG, and that might give them a better chance.
Yeah, and we will be seeing what happens in game number 2, guys, but we're going to take a quick 10-minute break first. We'll be back with the second game of Boom versus SMG right after this. Stick around, we'll find out if Boom can take it in 2 or SMG. Are they going to get one back in this? Because, I mean, they've got 2 games to play right after this there as well against TNC Predator. Yep. So they want to get a bit of confidence in themselves, and we'll see if they're going to be able to pull it back in the second game right after this break.